All right, welcome back to another episode of Deercast 365. This week, we're going to be talking about finding private property and finding the right land to hunt. When it comes to e-scouting and finding the right property, my favorite go-to app is the Deercast app. Some of my favorite features within the Deercast app are waypoints, the line tool, and the path tracker. And I utilize all those in different ways. And the first one being waypoints. I mark the property that I'm looking to hunt one color and the landowner's residence a different. And following that, I'll use the line tool to connect it from the property to the landowner's residence to give myself a recollection of where the property is and where that landowner's house is. So that way when I'm talking to the landowner, I can say maybe a road name or next to this river that runs next to the property. And if that landowner happens to own a few different properties, I'll be asking for hopefully more than one. And when it comes to knocking on the door, I've always seemed to have better luck if I'm dressed in a nice t-shirt and jeans and boots, and just be polite. I think it goes a long ways to have a good conversation with someone, and if they end up saying no, that's all right. You know, go to the next door. That's another thing that I do is I try to mark as many properties as I can. Some of them range from 500 acres all the way down to maybe 4 or 5 acres. It doesn't take a big parcel to hold a big deer. You know, me and Bryce had good success there late October last year. That just goes to show if you're willing to put the work in and knock on enough doors. I think last season I knocked on close to 80 or 90 doors just in the course of the summertime. And I do that for turkey season, shed season. You get to know a lot of people fast doing it that way. So if you're looking to pick up some new private property this year, get on the Deercast app, look at the parcel data. You can figure out where that landowner lives. You can find the residence. You can punch it in Apple Maps and take you directly to their front door for you to knock. And my last feature in Deercast that I always use is the path tracker. And I will actually turn this on before I start my day, before I go door knocking. When I have all these properties laid out, I know the certain color waypoint that I have for each residence. I'll make a path and drive that path and path track it as I'm going the entire way. And then that way I know and can save that path track to know what houses I've already hit. And after the landowner tells me yes or no, I'll either mark that waypoint red if they say no and green if they say yes. More times than not, it's gonna be a no, but keep your head up and keep trying. And on Deercast, I will always have the parcel data layer turned on my phone. That way I know where I'm at, what that parcel looks like, how many acres it is, so when I'm talking to the landowner, we can relate and be on the same page as soon as we get out the door. A perfect example of utilizing these tools would be what Bryce and I did last year. Drove around all summer, ended up getting permission on a private preset property, grew a great relationship with that landowner, and we were fortunate enough to kill a 173-inch deer there. You know, we went into that property for the very first time the day that we hunted there, and after MRI from the trail cameras and knowing what we needed to do and where we needed to be, we got into position, got in there, called that buck in, and was able to arrow him at 8 yards. That just goes to show if you're willing to run the trail cameras, put the time in, spend time e-scouting on Deercast maps, you can make it happen the exact same way. I wish you all the best of luck this fall, and thanks for watching.
This episode of DoD TV is brought to you by the new specially designed, lightweight, and durable Tenzing Day Pack. Go further, hunt longer, Tenzing.